Okay, so what if I told you that a single mental shift, just one little change in how you talk to yourself, could completely change your financial future? Today, we're diving into one of the most powerful lessons from the massive bestseller, Rich Dad, Poor Dad. Just think about it for a second. You see something you really want. Maybe it's a vacation, a new car, or an investment that pops up. And before you even let yourself dream about it, this one familiar phrase just takes over your thoughts. You see, this isn't just a statement. It's more like a program running in the background. It's a bit of code that just shuts down all possibility and locks you right where you are. And for so many of us, it ends up being a self-fulfilling prophecy. So, in this explainer, we're going to break down two totally different mindsets about money. We'll look at the programming that keeps people stuck, and then we'll reveal the simple but game-changing hack that can flip your brain from scarcity thinking to opportunity thinking. Let's start with where it all came from. The entire foundation of Robert Kiyosaki's book is built around what he learned from two very, very different father figures in his life. And this contrast, well, it's the key to understanding everything else. So check this out. Kiyosaki's poor dad, that was his actual father, was a brilliant, super educated guy, had a PhD, a great secure government job. By all normal standards, he was a success. And yet he struggled with money his entire life. Now, on the flip side, you have his rich dad, his best friend's father. This guy never even finished the 8th grade, but he went on to build a massive business empire. So what was the difference? It wasn't their salary, and it for sure wasn't their diplomas. It was their mindset, their fundamental beliefs about money. All right, let's first dig into the poor dad philosophy, because honestly, this is the programming most of us get. It's the traditional path, right? The one that's all about playing it safe, avoiding risk, and holding on to security for dear life. And you can literally hear this fear-based mindset in the language he used. Find a safe job tells you to value a paycheck over actual growth. The love of money is the root of all evil. I mean, that just creates guilt around wanting more. And then there's the big one. I can't afford it. That's the ultimate conversation killer. It's a statement of defeat that tells your brain to just stop looking for solutions. And the final destination for this kind of thinking, it's a trap Kiyosaki famously named the rat race. You know that feeling, right? It's like being on a hamster wheel. You get a raise, your income goes up, but then your expenses magically rise to meet it, and you never seem to actually get ahead or build real wealth. Okay, but now, let's look at the other side of the coin, the alternative. The rich dad philosophy completely flips the script. This is the mindset of an investor, and it's not built on avoiding risk. It's built on understanding it, managing it, and using it to create opportunities. The difference really just boils down to this. Poor dad's whole philosophy was to work for money. Rich dad's was to have money work for you. See the difference? For poor dad, a paycheck was security. For rich dad, real security came from owning assets, things that make you money whether you show up to work or not, like businesses or real estate. And rich dad had this incredible reframe. He believed it wasn't the love of money that caused problems. It was the lack of money. He thought financial stress and desperation, that was the real source of evil. It's a complete 180 from what we usually hear. And this brings us to the main event, the hack. Rich dad literally forbade his son from saying, "I can't afford it." He called it mental laziness. Instead, he made him swap that dead-end statement for a powerful, mind-opening question. How can I afford it? Think about that. One is a period, the end. The other is a question mark. It forces your brain to wake up, to start problem solving, and to get creative. So that sounds good in theory, but how do you actually put it into practice? How do you start reprogramming your own brain to think more like Rich Dad? Well, it starts with a really simple but incredibly powerful exercise. Here's something you can start doing literally today. Try a simple 7-day language audit. Step 1, just listen. Really pay attention to the scarcity language you hear all around you, and especially from yourself. Step 2, identify. Catch those poor dad phrases right when they happen. And step 3, the most important one, reframe it. Actively, consciously, turn "I can't afford that trip" into "How can I afford that trip?" This isn't some kind of magic trick, it's a mental workout. You're literally training your brain to hunt for possibilities instead of just seeing roadblocks. See, this tiny shift in language is really the first domino to fall in a much bigger transformation. You stop being a passive victim of your financial life, just kind of accepting whatever comes your way. And you become an active creator. You become the one who asks the hard questions, who finds the solutions, and who, step by step, builds the financial life that you actually want. You start to take back control of the story. So I'll just leave you with this question. After hearing all this, what is the very first I can't that you are going to flip into a how can I? What's the dream, the goal, the thing you want that you've been putting off? Start right there, because that's the first step onto a completely new path.